another video. I hope that you guys are doing well, and I hope that you guys are staying safe. So, you guys, I am back. This video is not going to be too long, but I just wanted to make myself known and come on here on a Sunday. By the way, this water is so bomb to me. Oh my God. But today, you guys, I did want to touch on a topic here. I did get a comment on a video that I posted, and I also did just want to touch on this topic here. So if this is you guys' first time watching me, my name is Joy, and I am a narcissist abuse coach. I personally have been dealing with narcissists since 2006, and since 2017, I have been helping former victims, now survivors, heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. So the person left a comment on a video that I did. I want to say I did it in 2022, as far as I can recall. And the person, the video was talking about how the narcissist will stop posting especially if they're dealing with like a new supply or something like that, or they have a new target, or they could also stop posting the new supply and things like that. And you may wonder, well, why are they not posting a new supply? Why are they not posting me? Or, whatever the case may be. So there's definitely different reasonings. It could be to the point where, the narcissist is trying to get back at you or something like that. Maybe they're trying to make you upset. They're trying to hurt you. And they could be excessively posting a new supply, just not only to hurt you, but to also to, secure their supply and to basically make it to where that supply is under the illusion that, the narcissist cares about them, the narcissist loves them, and the narcissist is wanting to be with them and things like that. So the narcissist has to kill two birds with one stone. I think I did touch on that previously, but that is something that the narcissist will do. And hi, you guys are funny. So and so basically the person commented, she said that he stopped posting her on social media, and it was excessively, and she said it was because he was making himself look available to someone else. And yeah, that could be the case, when it comes to the narcissist. Let's say you were the new supplier. Let's say the narcissist is targeting you, or let's say the narcissist is trying to secure you. They're trying to make it, oh my Jesus, it's 12 people in here. Oh my Lord. Oh Jesus. I didn't know a lot of folks are going to be in the room, but hey y'all. But it could be to where the narcissist is trying to, just make it so that you don't go anywhere else. They want to keep your attention. They don't want anyone else to have you, or they don't want you to leave the abuse. They may not want you to escape. So they could be doing things to make you stay attached to them, to make you feel like, they love you, or, they want to be with you, and, to make it so that you don't want anybody else and things like that. And so they could be posting you, right? They could be, what do they call it? Building up your ego, love bombing you, that kind of thing. They're trying to impress you, or, they want to make you trust them. So you let your guard down, so you will fall in love with them. That's what they really want you to do. The narcissist wants you to fall in love with them, because they know once you fall in love with them, then that's when they can really start to abuse you, right? That's when they can really, trap you, take advantage of you, mistreat you, and bully you, harass you, and all types of things like that. Sometimes they can get physical, and they could really begin to control you. They can really begin to make you codependent on them, to the point where you don't want to leave. You feel stuck, you feel trapped, you feel like, hey, I need this narcissist in my life to live. That's how they can get some people. They can really get you to the point where, you feel like you cannot live without the narcissist. And I'll be honest, you guys, like, I didn't really feel that I couldn't live without the narcissist, but the narcissist is so calculated and they're so strategic is that they do things to get certain results and outcomes. Like all humans do things for outcomes. It makes sense. But with a narcissist, their outcomes is very evil, right? Their intentions is evil. And the plans that they come up with, the schemes that they come up with is very negative and it's very hurtful to other people. And you have to remember that they don't care about other people. They only care about what they can get and how they could benefit, even at the expense of another person, or even at the in the pain of another person, or even at the in the destruction of another person. Like they don't care as long as they're getting what they want. That's all they care about. You get me? And so, but yeah, they're very strategic and very calculated in that regards. But what it did sound like, this person, it looks like maybe this individual could have called the narcissist out. Maybe this person stood up for themselves, was kind of seeing through the narcissist's ways, their schemes, and their tricks, their lies, and things like that. And so what it sounds like, he stopped posting her because he was trying to make himself available for another victim, for another target. And so, eventually, to me, and it may have already happened or not, it sounds like, maybe the narcissist probably was in the process of discarding her. So, it probably wasn't the final discard, but it looked like it was maybe just like a slow discard, or it could have been like a silent treatment thing going on, or, could have been like a stonewalling kind of thing going on. So it just really depends, to be honest. But yeah, the narcissists, they'll stop posting you, especially like I said, if they're on the hunt for their new supply. Um, they're looking for other members for their narc harem, any flying monkeys, any agents, people that will do the dirty work for the narcissist, that kind of thing. So the narcissist will have that going on. So you do want to keep that in mind. Um, Good morning, good evening, everybody. Oh, so my tattoo says God loves me. It means God loves me. So I don't know if you guys know, but well, you guys know I've shared with you all like my relationship with God. So I and it's crazy, like me dealing with the narcissist has really gotten me closer to God. But as soon as I went no contact with my aunt Narc and the male narc in my life, and also the borderline, but really my aunt that was a narc and the male narc, that really got me closer to God. Like I really called on God. I had conversations with God because I didn't understand what was going on in my life. I didn't know like why certain things was happening. I didn't understand any of that. And I didn't really have anybody to turn to. I mean, granted, I did have some good friends, and even now, like I have a handful, not too many, but just a good amount. And they really was there for me, that they really loved me and they understood what I was going through. But at the end of the day, the best comfort, the best love, and the best peace that I had came from my relationship with God. And because of what I had went through with the narcissist, it broke me down. I'm not gonna lie, it broke me down to the point where I had no choice but to go to God. And from that point on, I was like, I wanted to see in the mirror. Whenever I look in the mirror, because as you can see, it says God loves me, but you guys are probably reading it the opposite way. But I said, when I look in the mirror, I want to see that. But even now, I know God loves me. I know God has a very unconditional love for me. And I think I was sharing this with you guys. That's not something that I've ever experienced in my life. Like, I mean, I love my parents. My mom and my dad are very good people. They raised me and my brother. And, I think they did a pretty good job with my brother. On the other hand, I think he kind of went down a different path. I think maybe God had other plans for him. But when it came to me, like, I don't know. I noticed my connection with God was really something that I never had with anybody else. And I just hold on to that because God has shown me so much loyalty, so much love, unconditional love, and He doesn't judge, He doesn't ridicule. But you have to be faithful, though. You have to be a faithful servant. You have to do good to people. Like you can't be out here hurting people, being strategic and being trying to like hurt people because you're hurt. And you can't be trying to calculate stuff to like plan to hurt somebody else because you feel a type of way, or have a personal vendetta against somebody, and getting other people involved and starting gossip and drama against somebody that doesn't even know who you are, and things like that, and having a whole smear campaign. God sees all of that. You get what I'm saying? And God does not, that doesn't make God happy. He's very disappointed in individuals that, especially try to harm his children, like his chosen people. Like, God is not happy with that at all. And so, but anyways, like, this tattoo means so much to me because it's real life. Like, I know that God loves me. Even if I didn't get the tattoo, like, even now, I would still know. But I think, and at that point when I got the tattoo, I needed that reminder. I needed to see that God loves me, like, every day. You get me? And like I said, that was the time when I did go no contact with the narcissist. So, but yeah, that was a good question though. Let's see here. Human person, spirituality. It's good. Thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for showing so much love. I love you guys. But yeah, you have to be careful though when it comes to a narcissist. They're very calculated. They're very strategic, and I guess to the point where, because y'all know I don't like to make my videos too long, but when it comes to living your life after the abuse, I know that can be difficult for a lot of people because, with a narcissist, like I said, they either they become codependent on you, or you will become codependent on them. So sometimes when you are trying to break free from them, or when you're trying to disconnect, or move on with your life, the narcissist likes to make it really hard for you. They want to make it difficult. They want to cling to you. They want to be needy and things like that. And so they don't want you to move on. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to have peace of mind. They want you to regret your decisions. They want to make you feel bad for moving on from them. They want to make you suffer. Like, however the narcissist is miserable, they want to make you miserable. Yeah, because again, if you have ever been a supply to the narcissist, they see you as an extension of themselves. So they feel like, oh, if I'm going through this, then you have to go through this as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's not right. It's just like, no, if you have a miserable life, that's on you. You need to sort that out. You can't get other people involved in your misery. You get what I'm saying? And you just want to be careful on that. But yeah, life after abuse will be different for a lot of people. Some people, it might be uncomfortable. It may make them feel lonely. It can make them feel isolated. It can make them feel sad because, when you grow up in a household of abuse, that's the only thing you know. You get what I'm saying? And so sometimes, you just don't know anything else outside of that. So, like, for me, what helped me living my life after abuse, I just kind of had to accept what happened. I had to understand that it was not my fault, that I did not deserve that. And, just understanding that there are good people out there. There's healthy relationships, there's healthy friendships out there to be had. You get me? And I had to learn how to, value myself. I had to learn how to love myself unconditionally, just how like God loves me. I had to learn how to love myself unconditionally because I did not years ago. I got to be honest with you guys. I did not. I didn't even like myself years ago. I didn't, but since, like I said, since my relationship with God, I have really learned to just love myself and everything. It's just like, this is me. God created me this way. And it is what it is. God does not make any mistakes. You feel me? And so, yeah, I just really found that love, the love that God has for me. I found myself having that same love for myself. And honestly, it's no feeling like it. It feels amazing. It's the best feeling in the world, to be honest with you. And also, another thing that is a good feeling is to know that you can put your trust in God. I was actually telling somebody this earlier. I was like, the love that God has for us is just so, it's innocent, it's liberating, and it's freeing, and it's just like, wow, God, like, you love me just because I was born. I mean, you created me, so I am you, you are me, and God is love and love is God. You get me? And so it's just like, yeah. But Again, also living your life after the abuse is just having standards, having your boundaries, and not accepting less than what you deserve. You get me? And just focusing on yourself, focusing on your life. Like, what are some of your goals, your dreams, your hobbies, your passions? Like, what do you like to do? Like, I had to really like get focused on myself, because again, when you're around the narcissist, they suck the life out of you, they drain you. You know what I mean? They're overwhelming, they're overbearing. It's like having a heavy backpack on your back when you're dealing with a narcissist. It's like having all of these, this heavy load on you. And it's just like once you let it go, it's just like, oh, like you just like be breathing hard and like you be out of breath, like you just went up some, like you try to run up some stairs or something like that. Because when you're dealing with a narcissist, they're so draining, and they're so like they're really annoying, to be honest. They're very annoying, but they're like children, to be honest. Like, I don't, if any of you guys have been around a narcissist, you know that they're adult people, but they have a childlike mind, so they act like children. You get me? And these could be grown parents, like your parents, in-laws, and I love the parents out there. I love the in-laws, but if they're narcs, they don't have the best intentions. And if you've been around these individuals, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So you just really, really, really got to be careful. And but yeah, you have to do what's best for you. I was talking to someone earlier, and it's just like you have to live your life, you guys. You got to. You cannot. With the narcissists, they waste their life. That they are miserable. A lot of them are not going to change. A lot of them hate themselves. A lot of them hate other people. A lot of them don't respect themselves, so they're not going to respect other people. And so, they kind of, as they get older, as they begin to age, they get worse. And if again, you know exactly what I'm talking about if you've been around these individuals. If you have not been around these individuals, consider yourself lucky, because unfortunately, most people are not doing the inner work. I'm just being honest, you guys. I'm being honest. They're not doing the inner work. And I think it's because we live in a society, and you guys could tell me, I feel like we live in a society and everybody just wants to be like, oh, yeah, like I don't need this, I don't need that, and I don't need to talk to anybody about this, and I can do this on my own. It's just like, no, like it's okay to ask for help, bro. Like for real. Like it's okay to say, hey, I want to work on these addictions. I want to work on these, these triggers or these challenges, these obstacles, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay. Like, you're not perfect. Like, but I think that society puts it in you like, oh, it's weak to do this, or, it's weak to do that. But it's just like, no, it says that you're strong because you can acknowledge like, hey, I have a problem here. I need to get some help. You get what I'm saying? Because I can't do this on my own. And that's been the other thing too. Like, I've had people reach out to me. They're like, hey, Joy, I don't talk to the narcissist anymore, but they still have difficulties moving on from these people because, again, they really damage you. Like, seriously, like, not only do they do short-term damage, but they also do long-term damage due to the abuse. And I can tell you guys, I mean, it's true. It's very, very true. If I didn't do the inner healing and the inner work, I could say that that would have been me, to be honest. Like, I'm so glad that I did do the inner work because I could see now that it definitely did help me in the long end. But when you skip that part, you skip that process, I'm telling you guys, it really, not only does it hurt you, but you end up hurting innocent people. And then you have that negative back karma that comes back, and so you're going to have to pay those dues. You get me? And so, that ends up happening. You know what I mean? So yeah, you guys, I'm super excited to be here. I love you guys. I know we got some narcs watching too. You got to have the people that want the help, but then you also, the narcissists, they have to watch this stuff too, because again, since a narcissist is so calculated and strategic, they have to slither in and see like, oh, what are they saying? You get what I'm saying? So they can try to be strategic and be calculated. Like that's how that's how you know like the person is like really just evil. And it's just like, bro, like you don't have to be that way, but it's like you cannot change a narcissist. And I do not recommend changing a narcissist. Let If a person wants to be a narcissist, let them be a narcissist. That's fine. Do you good? Yeah. Like, but over here it's just like, no, we're good. Like we don't want any parts of that. Like, cool. You get me? Thank y'all. Y'all are so sweet. Aw. He said. Yeah, the thing about it with a narcissist is they know what they're doing. Like the thing is, so you know what they say, hurt people hurt people. So the narcissist has been broken down. They've been broken down, and so they want to break other people. You get me? And so sometimes they want to break you down to where you can't recover. I think I made a video about that. So when you're dealing with someone like that, it's just best like not to engage. It's just like, I'm good, like, and it's sometimes it can be good if that does happen to you per se. It's all about perspective, right? So let's say if you feel broken by the narcissist, you feel heartbroken, you feel disappointed, let down. All right, cool. So you have to be in the right mindset though, because the thing about it is some people stay where the narcissist leaves them. So some people, again, now you see why the inner work is good, because if you can be, if this happens to you with the narcissist, if you have the right mind, you can be like, okay, you know what, I want to be a better person. I don't want to let this person affect who I am, because whatever has occurred, maybe you did enable this person, but it doesn't define who you are. So now you can be like, okay, let me work on myself. Let me do the inner work. Let me work on these triggers, or let me work on these challenges, these obstacles, or these insecurities, or these flaws about myself. Let me work on it so I don't have that same experience again. So that way in the future, I can, when I spot a narcissist, it's like, okay, cool, I'm good. I know you're a narc. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? But versus somebody that does not do that inner work, they keep getting traumatized, they keep getting hurt, they keep feeling all that pain, and it just doesn't, it just, the cycle continues. You get what I'm saying? And what happens is that person could either become a narc, or they can get to the point where they become very, very codependent on a narcissist, where they just live a life of misery, or they just end up being alone, or they're just very isolated from society, or they're very like paranoid, or just yeah, just kind of just miserable, and I don't know if you guys have observed, but not everybody, but to be honest, I don't know, people just kind of, most of them are kind of miserable for the most part. I mean, it's kind of sad. Not everybody, but I don't know. It's just a lot of work needs to be done, if that makes sense. If you guys get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, living your life after the abuse, like I said, it's a step by step. You got to take it a day at a time. Don't rush the process. But what I do recommend, if you were to ask me, talk to someone about it. You guys get help, get coaching, get therapy, get counseling. But the thing is don't do it just like maybe once or twice and be like, oh, okay, I'm good. Like, you have to stick to this stuff, you guys, because I'm telling you, that's what I did. What has helped me over the years, like, I stayed consistent, I stayed disciplined, and I focused on myself. And I knew, like, once I knew what I was dealing with, I didn't turn back. I'm just like, bro, like, I'm good. Like, I don't want to be around any narcissists. Like, you see what I'm saying? Because like I said, they will affect you. Like, I mean, it's short term, long term. Like, it's that abuse, it really messes with a person. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you may not recognize it now, but when you're away from these individuals, you'll see how much better you feel than when you're around them. But it might be fun in the beginning, because I know, like I said, me personally, when I was around the male narc and also living with my aunt, it was fun. It was, we had a good time, and everything was cool. But then once they feel like they got you, or once they feel like you're in love with them, then that's when the abuse occurs. And then that's when they start to devalue you, they start to degrade you, they start to bully you, and they begin to harass you, and they you'll see signs of them like controlling behaviors, or you'll see signs of, you know, them just being overbearing and needy, clingy, and it just because it gets out of control. You get what I'm saying? And you can tell they're being calculated. You can tell they're being strategic. It comes off as kind of like you're trying to get something from the person. You feel me? So, you know, they kind of give themselves away eventually. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah. So, you know, it is what it is. And but overall, I hope that this video was helpful for those of you dealing with narcissists. Hopefully you can reclaim your life back. Like it says, the book that I wrote. And if you have not, make sure that you get all 3 of my books that I wrote. Actually, I do have a new one coming out called I Feel Misunderstood. That's actually is a children's book. You guys can still pre-order your copy. You can go, I'll leave the link below. You can go on Amazon. But the first 2 that I did write, the first one was called Reclaim Your Life Back. I wrote that in 2022. The second one I did was in 2023 called Your Pain Will Make You Successful. And this one this year I did I Feel Misunderstood. Amazing, amazing books for young adults and children, you know, helping out the community. It's very, very much so needed. I mean, I'm telling you guys, these narcissists, they are being created by the dozens on a daily basis. So, you know, if you're out there in the world, you're not a narcissist, you're just a chill person, you're just out there trying to live your life. You know, you may be a loving person, you have an open, warm heart. You know, you can get your heart broken by a narcissist. They can take advantage of you, they can use you, they can mistreat you, they can abuse you. You know, they can take you for all that you got. And I'm not trying to make you guys feel afraid or anything, but it's the reality, you know. So you have to really prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and psychologically when it comes to these individuals, because they want to break you down, bro. Like, they really just do not have your best interest at heart. And it's just sad. It's just sad because people don't have to be that way, you know, but it's like that's their choice. They're choosing to do that. And it's just like you have a choice too. You have a choice to break free. You have a choice to voice your opinion and to stand up for yourself, to assert yourself, and to value yourself and respect yourself. And that's not something that the narcissist wants you to do, because they don't value themselves. They don't respect themselves. That's why they treat you the way that they do, because they're telling you like, hey, I don't respect myself, so I'm not going to respect you. Or, hey, I don't have boundaries, I'm not going to respect your boundaries. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they don't care about themselves. So why would they care about you? You get me? It's just, that's the truth. And it doesn't matter who the narcissist is. It could be, like I said, your parent, could be an in-law, could be anybody. It could be an associate, it could be a friend, it could be a neighbor. Who knows? You get what I'm saying? And so you just got to protect yourself. You got to protect yourself, and you have to do it. You know, I can't do it for you. I can only be a voice. I can only be a vessel for you to as a reminder, like, yeah, like whatever you feeling about a certain person, you thinking that something is off, it's like, trust it. I'm telling you, because the energy doesn't lie. Now, the narcissist can try to manipulate stuff. Like I said, they can try to do spell work, they can try to do black magic, you know, they can try to do rituals, and they can try to be, you know, shapeshift and have be one way one minute and another way another minute, to try to confuse folks and manipulate people and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you're gonna be able to see through that. That stuff only works when you don't do the inner healing. When you do your inner healing and you do your inner work, spell work, rituals, black magic doesn't work. You get me? So, you know, and things like that. So I hope that this was helpful here. Oh boy. But yeah, you guys, so just make sure, if you guys want to learn more about any of my books or any support from me, you can visit my website you can go to livenarcfree.com, or you can feel free to send me an email at livenarcfree9@gmail.com, or any other products or services. You guys know I do support sessions. I do 90-day coaching programs. I also do have my free Facebook support group called the Healing and the Recovery Room, where I want to say I still have like 52 members. So you can feel free to join after the group or after this video. We would love to have you. Very good, group for the most part. Everything is pretty chill vibes. Everything is pretty good for the most part. Everyone gets along in the group and all that good stuff. But it's just a safe place for folks to talk, or they want to bring things up, or they want to vent or share things, and things like that. So please feel free to join. Also, definitely have some more stuff to come, but yes, make sure that you do get I Feel Misunderstood for the kids, for the babies. So if you have some babies and you want them to learn about this type of stuff, or maybe they may be asking you questions, please have them read that book, or you can read it to them. Because again, the younger you start with this stuff, the better. Because again, I to be honest, like I said, I love my parents with all my heart, just like how I love God, like I love my parents. But I don't know. I just felt like if I would have been more prepared, that would have been super helpful. But they say everything happened for a reason. So, they did the best that they could. I'm very grateful for them. And, you know, it is what it is. I can also say that I did have to learn how to be my own mom. I had to be my own dad. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to nurture myself and love myself and protect myself, and also knowing that I have God's protection also helps me too. Like, just I was watching a video and it was saying something like, when you put your trust in God, you know that God has your back. There's no other feeling like that in the world. That's like one of the greatest feelings. Like, it just feels so good. And I think I was saying this to myself. I actually probably wrote this in the book, but I just wish I would have done that earlier, like in my life. But again, everything happens at the perfect timing. But I'm telling you, like, also, if you want to learn about having a relationship with God, you can reach out to me regarding that, because again, God, when you have God in your life, it's different. Like, you don't live it unconsciously, you literally begin to live your life consciously. And you have this voice in your head and this gut feeling, especially if you're about to do something it's not right, you're gonna be like, nah. But if you don't have a relationship with God, you just do anything and you don't even think twice. You're just like, willy-nilly. But when you have a relationship with God, then you don't just do anything. You get me? Because your conscience will be messing with you. You're not gonna be able to sleep at night. You're not gonna things is going to be out of whack. You're going to be, scatterbrained. You're going to be confused. You're going to be feeling guilty. You're going to be feeling fear. You're going to be feeling nervous and stuff like that. But when you have that relationship with God and you did right, then you don't have anything to worry about. That's just how it is. That's the beauty of having a relationship with God. But like I said, God will test you though. Trust and believe that God has to test you, and everybody is not gonna be willing to go through that test, because God can see. He can see right through people, right? He can see right inside of a person's soul. He can look you in your eyes and see who you are as a person. Because everybody can look good on the outside. They can have the appearance and they can be beautiful. They can be handsome. They can have all these nice things, but God sees beyond that. He sees behind the vessel. He sees behind the material stuff. He sees behind the looks. God is like, oh, I see your heart. God sees a person's heart. You get me? And you can't see a heart. You see what I'm saying? You can see the outer appearance, but you can't see our heart. But God can. So if you really wicked, if you got bad intentions, if you're nasty, you're evil, God can see that. God can see that too. You get me? And so that's why some people are like, nah, so it's like, hey, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just telling you what worked for me on my journey, which wasn't easy. I'm not gonna lie, this was not an easy journey, but it was worth it. Definitely worth it. So anyway, I love you guys. Like I said, reach out to me if you would like any support in any way. I appreciate it. You guys can go to my site. You can go to livenarcfree.com. You can purchase a copy of my book. You guys are welcome to leave a donation as well. You can go to Coach Joy 510. That would be via Cash App, or you can also leave a donation to me via PayPal. which would be at livenarcfree9@gmail.com. If you found that this video was helpful or insightful or valuable to you in any way, whether it touched you, it blessed you, it inspired you, it motivated you, leave a donation. It goes to the Live Narc Free Ministries, keeping the videos going, helping the folks out there. We got to help the community, because without the community, without the good positive health, good energy, then life would just be miserable. We don't want to be like the narcissist. Narcissist is miserable. You don't want to be like that. Don't you want to be a good person? Be good. Like, being evil is not really, you don't want to be evil. Although God did create good and evil, but trust me, being on the good side is better. I'm telling you. But anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.